Hello everybody, my name is Merc. We're back in the Elden Ring post Shadows of the Erdtree and post most of the base game of Elden Ring as well. I did discover that there is a trinket that we missed over here. Over here being the eastern edge of Lanedell. I don't think you can access this area unless you come from this elevator over here at the Forbidden Lands, so that would explain why I had not come back over here. Kind of forgot about the idea of approaching Lanedell from every angle after the world changed, so it would make sense as to why I missed this trinket. And unfortunately, this trinket would have helped us out quite a bit. Well, maybe not quite a bit, but it would have helped us out during some of our struggles versus Melania. But it's not too late to get it now and for it to help us out in the future. Trio ahead. Be wary of Trio. That's kind of scary, because as you can see, there's an ulcerated tree spirit. So I imagine that means there's three of them here. I can deal with one. Let's try to avoid dealing with three. Okay. Big miss. This is the flail. Oh, actually, it's the grab. It's the grab. I guess if it yells at you, it's probably the grab. That was a great message appraisal. Okay, not a great dodge. I seem to be stuck a little. It's a decently powerful ulcerated tree spirit here. It almost makes me wish I swapped out my weapons. Do we have the opportunity to just come up here? Do you think it can hit me up here? We're about to find out. It is apparently following us, so let's just take it out. That was a big miss, considering we have no stam left. Just gonna back away. Unfortunately, I did not back away fast enough. Okay, we did get the stagger in there. I don't know even where its head is. Okay, big miss. You know, I'm not thrilled to be fighting more of these dudes, even though I've technically, well, I'm not gonna say technically beat the game, but basically beat the game. Okay. Didn't like fighting them at the start of the game, don't like fighting them at the end. Alright, GG on that. Let's swap out the weapons a little bit. Also, I guess I should bring this up real quick before I forget. At the end of the last episode, I mentioned or you saw me try to kill some of the winter lanterns. I did kill the rest of them, got the rest of the swollen grapes here. I also did the remembrance cloning to get a few more spells of late game bosses. Melania, Placidusax. This is from Gaius. And Horalu, aka Godfrey. I mostly just wanted to clone him because I feel like I might actually use this one, whereas these are bosses I don't really want to fight again. But to get back to the winter lanterns, once I killed 5 of them, I actually got a trinket out of one of them. A talisman. The Aged One's Exaltation. Talisman depicting the exaltation of an aging untouchable, whose head resembles a sprig of ripe grapes. Raises attack power when madness is triggered in the vicinity. That makes sense. And gift your madness to our Lord. Bless our brethren with grapes. Take care that they fully ripen. So I swap between these two shields to parry them down. I'm glad I didn't record that because it took much longer than I wanted it to. I died quite a few times, unfortunately, during that. I should have just used Bestial Vitality right there. I'm curious about Bestial Vitality because we've upgraded our seal here. And it makes me wonder if it increases like the HP regen. Alright, the ground is shaking, which is cause for alarm. Alright, it seems that it has sensed our presence. Oh, it definitely did. Alright, this is the grab attack. I thought it was the flail. It's hard to tell. Even though I fought like a dozen of these dudes, I still don't really know what all their animations are. See? That's proof in the pudding right there. This is the flail. Oh my god, I'm just chugging non-stop. I was hoping it would maybe stagger out of that animation. There we go. It took much longer than the other stagger for whatever reason. Alright, let's end this. Okay, one more. They drop a decent amount of souls, not that we need them. I imagine the last one's gonna be over here. If I remember correctly, this was actually just like a big death pit or something over in this area. Yeah, this was actually where the water was. Alright, let's go. Let's get this over with. I did a big miss there. Apparently it takes 4 jump attacks with double hammers to knock it down. Yeah, that's fair. It's flailing. It's not even the flail attack, that was like a head swipe. Once again, I have no idea. This is the flail, this is the grab. Alright. I will be glad to never see these ever again. Until, of course, I come back and do a new game plus or something. Oh, I like how I'm all like dusty because I was rolling around. That's a nice detail. Here we have our legendary trinket that we will put on immediately. The Erdtree Favor +2. Very, very good trinket. Raises max HP, equip load. It's only 2 stamina, 10 HP, and 1.6 equip load. That's kind of funny, but it is an upgrade, so I'll take it. And it is a legendary item, and my understanding is you need to a legendary talisman. You need to have all the legendary items to get all the achievements in the game, so that's pretty important. Just seeing if there's a big difference in the description. Doesn't appear so. Just a legendary talisman being the difference there. All right, so speaking of achievements and you know, doing some research on my own time, I have discovered what we want to do with our endings, and unfortunately, as confirmed, as my suspicions led me to believe, we are locked out of the Frenzied Flame ending, which means we will never be able to get that on this character until we New Game Plus or something. Just want to talk to Bach. Just wanted to see if he had anything new to say. I kind of figured he didn't, but you know. Another NPC we hadn't talked to in quite a while is Tanith. I worry that she's not going to have any more developments in her story here. It takes a while to consume a god's corpse. So I guess she's going to be here until we New Game Plus. So one of the things that we need to do to get the ending that we want, or one of the endings that we want, and in particular explore the rest of the game that we have yet to explore. There's one more area. So we need to go back to Noxtella Eternal City. You may recall when we came down here, it was through a portal near Ranni's Rise, and we got an item, the Ranni doll here, It's unresponsive. But if you go to this particular site of grace, you can actually talk to the miniature Ranni. So let's do that now. Let's try it again. How about now?
Oh, a dogged fellow, aren't we? Or is it merely thy habit to talk to dolls? Fine. Fine. I hadn't expected any soul to recognize me in this guise.
He looks exactly like you.
That is out the bag. I cannot allow thee thy freedoms. Perform for me a service as recompense. Eliminate the baleful shadows which prowl these lands. The name of Ranni the Witch is already sullied by thee. I will not brook disobedience in this matter.
When she said sullied by thee, is she referring to me or the baleful shadows? I never remember. I think thee refers to, like, you. So me.
Let us speak of the past a while. I was once an Empyrean, of the demigods. Only I, Mikola, and Melania could claim that title. Each of us was chosen by our own two fingers, as a candidate to succeed Queen Marika, to become the new god of the coming age, which is when I received Blythe, in the form of a vassal tailored for an Empyrean. But I would not acquiesce to the two fingers. I stole the rune of death, slew mine own Empyrean flesh, casting it away. I would not be controlled by that thing. The two fingers and I have been cursing each other ever since, and the baleful shadows are their assassins. I turned my back on the two fingers, the baleful...
Okay, so she wants us to seek out and kill some baleful shadows. I'm assuming they're somewhere down here. Trying to figure out where we should probably go. So I guess we'll go up the stairs for now. Deal with these Nox warriors. I'm glad we one-shot them. Got a bunch of mimic tears here. We will conveniently ignore them. This is where the giant ball is. You can see it up ahead. Not thrilled to be having to deal with this again. In fact, there's another one in here, isn't there? Yes, it's directly above. That's very silly. Uh-oh, they're just, it's just, holy crap. Alright, well, at least we can somewhat deal with them decisively. So, as mentioned, I kind of looked into the endings and the requirements therein. One of them, or I should say two of them, we can't do. Of course, there's the Frenzied Flame that I already mentioned. But two of them involve quests with NPCs. One of the NPCs is super long dead. He is known as the Dung Eater. So if we did his quest line, we would have been able to get another ending, and it's probably a pretty shitty ending. Emphasis on the shitty. I tried to avoid what the endings actually entail. And then there's another ending that we cannot get because it involves Brother Corrin and Gold Mask, and both of them are also a long ways away, I suppose. Gold Mask just disappeared entirely. We don't even know anything about him. And Brother Corrin is super dead. We have his bell bearing. In fact, we have a couple bell bearings we have to go give to the Twin Maiden Husks. We'll do that after this, I suppose. Apparently, the Brother Corrin questline actually does spell out some key lore information, and by some I mean a very important plot point, which I was alluding to in the last episode. And that plot point being that America is Radagon, Radagon is America. It actually, there is a piece of information in the game that will literally, quite literally spell that out. Why was that scarab zooming? But it requires you to cast a spell. Let's pull it up just so I can see the description because I'm curious. It is a spell known as regression, but I have no idea what it would look like. Oh, there it is. Law of regression. Law of causality and regression. Regression is the pull of meaning that all things yearn to eternally converge. Reveals mimicry in all its forms. That's interesting. I wonder if there's more uses for this spell, but it requires 37 intellect to use, which is interesting because it's an incantation. Most incantations require faith, but I guess that's not necessarily true. Regression is the pull of meaning that all things yearn eternally to converge. Does that mean Radagon and Marika converged into one when they got married or whatever, or were they always one being that was split into two, or like Marika split herself into two? That seems a little unclear still. But yes, if you cast that at a certain spot in Lanedell, it will straight up tell you, because I guess it is a form of mimicry. I wonder if you use that law of regression on a mimic tier enemy, like the ones that were upstairs up there that we just passed by, if they will revert form or something. But yes, so that Brother Corrin ending and the Dung Eater ending, I believe the Corrin ending is known as the Order ending, and then the Dung Eater ending is like a Despair ending or something. Those are unattainable for us. So the endings we can get, this is a long elevator, is the standard ending, the two-finger ending, I guess, or one of the two-finger endings, I suppose, because I think the Order ending is also a two-finger ending, technically. There's also the Rune of Death ending that we have because we did Godwin's questline, or Fia's questline. I have no idea where this thing is. If it gets to the point, I might look it up. Let's talk to Ranni.
Even when I turned my back upon the Two Fingers, Blythe remained my loyal ally. Though he was created a vassal for an Imperium.
So he was created.
He was a colossal failure on the part of the Two Fingers.
So that means maybe Malekith
and E.G.
was created for America.
Not willing to give too much to me. Yet, they both understand what lieth beyond the dark path. That I must betray everything and rid the world of what came before. Ah. Should I add thee to the list? Another one. Kind of heart. As kind of heart as they.
Of course. Why else am I doing this?
This form hath loosened my tongue. I've let slip too much. Forget what thou'st heard. Forget.
Okay.
I've let forget.
So as I was kind of alluding to, there's the two endings that we could get, and then the third ending we are working towards right now being Ranni's ending. I think Ranni's ending is probably the most popular ending in the game. That's reinforced by global achievement stats. It actually has one of the highest percentage of endings on Steam. I was gonna say, did they even notice us? I don't think they did. I think they were triggered by our by our presence, but not actually. not actually aggroed by us. I just noticed these skeletons and I was curious as to what they maybe were. They might just be skeletons of basilisks. I'm going to bravely / dumbly run by those guys, and we found
Shadow,
the baleful shadow.
thou art the last. Tell the two fingers that Ranni the witch cometh to rend thy flesh with a fateful wound, ne'er to heal.
So this baleful shadow is Blythe. I don't know if that means that's actually him. I'm going to assume it's not. I'm going to assume it was also created by the two fingers. But for all I know, this is the real Blythe. I don't think it is, though.
My thanks. 'Twas more of a challenge than I envisioned.
Not really.
Now I can finally stand before them. This is farewell, my dear. Tell Blythe and Eg I love them.
What about me? Alright, that's cute. So Blythe is still alive. That was not Blythe, but it was created by the two fingers in... maybe not necessarily in his image. Perhaps his image is of the two fingers creation in the first place, if that makes any sense. He is one of many, is what I'm saying there. Let's talk to EG.
Well, my fellow, how may I serve you? As war counselor? Or as blacksmith?
You already know, bro.
Lady Ranni, along the now
I had to... But Ranni loves you. They're really not gonna have me say anything to him? I wish we could see his face. I'm sure there's a way to take off his helmet through modding. So I have to imagine they want us to continue the questline by going to the Estelle area. It is still locked. We got a key. Also, we got the miniature Ranni. The chilliness is gone, feeling now like an empty husk. There is no response, so we cannot talk to Ranni using the doll anymore. We have the discarded palace key, a key discarded by Lunar Princess Ranni alongside her very flesh. So why did she give it to me here? Also, how did she give it to me when she was a doll? Opens a treasure chest passed down to Carian princesses. It is said to be found in the Grand Library of Raya Lucaria with her mother Renala. Well, that's good information there. I was worried that we might not be able to figure out where that key goes, but it's pretty obvious. The fateful locked chest that is permanently locked. I just wanted to say hi. All right, let's open this chest. Discarded palace key with a legendary item inside, the Dark Moon Ring. It's a key item. Ring depicting a leaden full moon, symbolic of a cold oath. The ring is supposed to be given by Lunar Princess Ranni to her consort. Ooh. Did she give that to me on purpose, the key? Ranni is an Empyrean, meaning her consort would by rights earn the title of Lord. A warning is engraved within. Whoever thou mayst be, take not the ring from this place. The solitude beyond the night is better mine alone. The solitude beyond the night is better mine alone. So she is very reluctant to have a consort, it seems. So maybe this is the ring that opens up this gate at Estelle here. And in fact, the gate is now open. The seal. I did notice some of the messages at the seal mentioned a ring, so here we are. Now, this is the last area in the game we've yet to explore, so I'm excited to see what lies beyond this elevator. The cliff top of Liurnia. Finished drinking my coffee. and hopefully finish this Let's Play today. So as I've been saying, there's a couple different endings we can do, and I think I am going to try to for all of them. Normally you cannot get more than one ending, as you may expect, but I think I'm going to do some save scumming. We are in the Moonlight Altar. We have a whole new area to explore now. I think I'm just gonna wrap around this way. This is either an elevator or an Everjail, I have to imagine. This is probably another like wizard tower. Got some ruins and perhaps a cathedral. So yes, I'm gonna do a bit of save scumming. I looked it up to see if it's how easy / difficult it may be, and it doesn't seem that difficult at all. So, oh, there's a dragon up here. That's kind of neat. We could get another dragon heart. I'm not sure if we need them, but we might. We can even use some dragon wound grease. Dragon communion grease. Let's just use the dragon wound. This appears to be a magical dragon. Its breath has some blue effects on it. No name on this one, but I think it's pretty much the same model as Smarog was. Great dodge. I only hit one hammer on the head there. I did get the stagger while it was trying to stomp on us. Alright, it's still alive. There we go. Easy peas. We got our dragon heart. So note to self, we have to go to a Dragon Communion Temple and also Round Table before we choose our endings. Zoom back in just so we can see what's going on over here. It does seem like there's a path that leads all the way around the ledge here. Not gonna lie, I don't... Oh, there's another dragon here. I don't really want to explore this too much. We definitely need more dragon hearts, so I'm not upset about this. Good dodge. We smashed its face in. You know, not a fan of fighting dragons. It's kind of not the most engaging of fights, especially now that we're so overpowered that... Honestly, I am a little more happy about fighting a dragon while overpowered. But what I was gonna say there is I'd rather fight a dragon than an ulcerated tree spirit. I'll say that, like 10 times out of 10. Alright, it is quite the fall down there. What even is this? Oh, there's like gazebos that they don't really appear on the map. Also, I hear a scarab. I was gonna say, is there another dragon up here? There is indeed. We don't really need to be using these dragon wounds, but at the same time, it makes it go by a little quicker, and we're not using them otherwise, so... Oh, I only hit with one hammer there. No point in doing the critical attack if it's just going to be taken out like that. Lots of dragon hearts up here. That's actually pretty good. Not that I'm really using the dragon spells. They're interesting, but they don't seem... Like, it seems like you might have to be, like, totally devoted to the dragons to make dragon spells interesting. As in, you might want to use the dragon heart or dragon body form. I believe we have the dragon priestess form as well. Got a dog all the way up here. I pet that dog. Got a spirit spring. What's up with this? Not quite sure what the point of that was. It is an Everjail over here, so let's go see what we're dealing with. The Ringleader's Everjail. That's interesting. It's right here. Let's put on another grease just because we can. Let's do lightning grease. Just for giggles. Lightning's probably the element we use the least. Electo the Black Knife Ringleader. I'm not sure if the Black Knives, or if Ranni in particular, worked with the Black Knives. It seems like maybe, but I can't confirm for sure. You would think if she was working with the Black Knives, though, she probably wouldn't put this guy in jail. I don't know. I don't think she's the one putting them in jail. But it is weird. Oops. That it's up here. Gotta say, I did not like fighting these guys in that town we were in, and I'm not a big fan of fighting them right now. That said, it's definitely better than fighting an ulcerated tree spirit or another dragon, so I'm not gonna complain too much. GG. Black Knife Tish. It is a legendary ash. All right, that's cool. Tish was one of the assassins who, on the night of the plot, imbued her black knife with the rune of death and slew Godwyn the Golden. She was the daughter of the Black Knife ringleader, Electo, and was killed protecting her mother during her flight from the royal capital. So Electo held on to her daughter's ashes even as she was imprisoned. I kind of have to assume that there's going to be not too much to explore beyond like the big important landmarks in this area. It is like snowing up here, which is interesting. I'm not still. What is the point of this this spirit spring? This up dog. This is the most random spirit spring in the game. Can't even. It literally doesn't even reach to anything. What are these messages for? Oh, the dog. Of course. Seek up. But why? Let's continue along this path. Oh, we got some crystallians up here. These crystallians were much easier than the ones in the Brace city of the Erdtree. I want to say its name is Elfiel. Did accidentally aggro a second one there. But we do strike damage, so these crystallians are nothing. It seems like the scarab is right up there, actually. What was this place called again? It doesn't even really say. It was like Moonrise something. Moonrise Altar. Oh, of course it's a red scarab. This is why I don't like scarabs, okay? I feel like red and blue scarabs are so... like, there's very few places that they're actually necessary, because sites of grace in this game are everywhere. If this was any other Souls game... oh, hello. It would make sense, because... well, I can't even say any other Souls game. If this was Dark Souls 1, where there are many places where it's like you're struggling to get to the next bonfire, then it makes more sense. But I had 13 flasks right here. I didn't die because I ran out of Estus. I died because I'm bad, you know? I don't know. I feel like red and blue scarabs, there's very little reason for most of them to exist. Oh, that's unfortunate that we didn't find a site of grace up there. I guess we're gonna figure out what the name of that area is. I think it is just Moonrise Altar. It's interesting that there is a Red Wolf of Radagon up there. Kind of unfortunate that we died like that. Don't need me to say it, I'm sure. Have a look at the map again. Maybe, okay, so it's up here. Maybe we'll do a reverse search of the plateau now and go along here, because I don't really care about the souls, and then we can maybe find a site of grace along the way. Is the plan. It's interesting that the only way up here is through that Estelle fight. I wonder if there's any significance beyond that. Because I guess like Ranni would have the ability to get up here. She's like a grand sorceress. It is Moonlight Altar, so I'm sure she could just like teleport up here. I mean, like translocation, the ability to teleport is pretty common because the Tarnished can do it, right? They can do it between sites of grace. Oh, well. Of course, it was my fault all along. I just conveniently ignored the main path and therefore the site of grace. There's like god rays of like blue beams of light. You'd think they'd be coming down from the moon itself, for all we know. Just having a look around, see if there's anything interesting. I'm gonna say no. Just a bunch of messages around a turtle dog. Let's wrap around the northern edge of the plateau here. I have to imagine there's probably going to be some interesting stuff for spellcasters up here. We're in the Moonfolk Ruins. It's been a while since we've seen one of these magical traps. Oh, it like straight up destroyed some of the ruins there. I didn't expect that. There's probably a cellar around here. There's always a cellar in the ruins, right? I feel like that's a pretty consistent thing in this game. Try to conveniently dodge these traps in the ground. I didn't even see that one. Oh. Hello. Buddy, you do not want any of this. I'm basically an Elden Lord. Oh, there's two. That makes sense. I do not want to fight these guys. I hate these guys. It's just like there's such a small window to get them. You have to pray they make a mistake like that guy did. All right. There's one more for sure. There he is. Oh my god. I staggered him by falling on his head. Okay, hopefully that's the last of them. This is where we came from, I believe. God, I hate them. I can't even pull up the sentry torch and like see them. Yeah, you better run away. That's the only thing you got going for you. Okay. Precious item ahead. One of them said it's likely dung. It is likely dung. That is not a precious item. That's pretty disappointing if that's going to be the only seller in this location. Like, what's the point? And I feel like that might be it in the Moonfolk Ruins. I guess we'll go to these, this cathedral up ahead. This is probably where they want us to go for Ranni's quest, if I have to imagine. There's really another dragon just spawned. Like, I guess. Oh, it's a grand dragon, if you will. Maybe don't call it that. But it's a named dragon, Glintstone Dragon Adula. I thought I died. I would have been so confused if I just die like that. Okay, I only hit with one hammer. Yep, that was my bad. I went greedy for another jump. What are you doing? Oh! What the heck happened there? He killed my horse. She? Usually if names have an A at the end, it indicates that it's a lady. Ow. Oh my god, I only hit with one. And that time I hit with none. I recognize I'm being very sloppy. But also, it's another dragon fight, so forgive me if I'm not the most enthralled. Alright, let's go. Skedaddle. Another dragon heart and Adula's moonblade. Let's check out the lore on that. Sorcery of Adula creates a cold magic greatsword, then delivers a sweeping blow that launches a blade-like projectile of frost. Can be cast repeatedly. Adula, a devourer of sorcerers, was bested by Ranni and subsequently swore a knightly oath to her dark moon. So it is indeed protecting this cathedral upon Ranni's behalf. Cathedral of Manus Celis. So I'm assuming Celis is kind of like celestial. Manus being, again, like a reference to hands. Just like in the first Dark Souls DLC. There was Manus, the father of the abyss. He had a big old hand. So I think because she's rejecting the two fingers, perhaps she has another source of finger magic in the distance. Why? There's so many blue items. Oh, they're all just gonna be starlight shards, eh? That's actually pretty cool. Because these are rare items. The dragon did in fact take out Torrent in one hit there. It's kind of interesting how for the whole game these items are like you get one per zone, and then you come up here and then there's like almost a dozen of them. Oh, what the heck? To go back to my original theory crafting here, I think we're gonna explore the rest of this island before we go into that pit. But yes, to go back to my original theory crafting, in the other Manus Cathedral, the one in the DLC, Ymir references, or some of the items of Ymir reference the idea that the moon being the closest celestial body is one of the easier ones to learn sorceries from, we'll say. But perhaps Ranni is so powerful that she is learning from other celestial bodies in the distance, from some of the other outer gods. And again, just to remind people, the two fingers are their original source is of an outer god, in particular Meter, the boss we slayed after doing his quest line. It does look like it's just gonna appear out here, so maybe we will go in that hole right now. I just kind of figured the hole has something significant at the bottom of it. And it seems like the majority of people, especially the demigods, or basically everyone but Marika maybe, and I guess Ranni perhaps, are unaware of the fact that the two fingers are of celestial origin. People, the commoners, believe the two fingers are, you know, the natural order of the planet, of the universe, but they don't necessarily know that they come from another planet, I guess, the greater will. We have found Ranni, it seems. Oh, are these her two fingers? Why does it look like there's a thumb as well? So the fingers are like crooked, but they're also like, they're like broken, but also been split open a little bit. It kind of looks like the centipede mark of death in the middle there as well. All right, let's talk to our beautiful witch Ranni. She's looking a little naked right now. I really like her design. She's really cool. Put on the ring. Also, she has one eye, much like Mesmer, much like Melina. Like one eye is permanently closed. But you don't really notice it because normally she has like a second spectral head. Are we putting a ring on top of her other ring? That seems a bit odd. It's a very nice animation. It was like very sensual. I do. In this life and every life afterwards, I do. Wait, she's just... Okay, see ya. I guess. I thought we were gonna have like another lore dump right there. But she's like, nah, peace. I had to confirm that she's wearing my ring. I mean, her ring. I like that I ducked down and her head tilted down at me. Yes, hello. I'm trying to get a view of her face. It's hard to tell, but there definitely is a second spectral face right there. And they both share her closed eye.
So it was thee who would become my lord. Perhaps I needn't have warned thee. I am pleased, however.
Like she's doing a finger tent.
Thou art a fitting choice. I go now to the night sky. It is there I shall find mine order. I bid thee travel the path of the Lord, and once all is done, we shall see each other once more.
Okay. Goodbye, my beautiful doll wife. Love, oh love, I don't believe it. The Dark Moon Greatsword. Wait, oh, we find the Moonlight Greatsword. A moon greatsword bestowed by a Carian queen upon her spouse to honor long-standing tradition. Just as I was kind of alluding to a few episodes ago, or maybe it was quite a few episodes ago now, but Carian people give their significant others swords or other armaments. Ranni's sigil is a full moon, cold and leaden, and the sword is but a beam of its light. A unique skill, Moonlight Greatsword. Raise the sword aloft, bathing it in light of the dark moon, temporarily increases magic attack power, and imbues blade with frost. What are the stats on this bad boy? 38 intellect. Ooh, that's not happening. Sorry, lady. I mean, what are the other stats? Maybe I can use it on my alt. Oh, I can use it on my alternate character. Actually, I would need to level up strength a little bit, but might be intriguing. And then here is the exit that we saw earlier. Time for Elden Ring. Alright, let's explore the rest of this Moonlight Altar, and then we shall have our endings. There might be another boss or something up here, but I wouldn't be too surprised, I guess, if there wasn't. We are in the Lunar Estate ruins. I've learned that these guys are called Revenants. Not happy to see. What, you just really gave me a Ghost Glove War 2? Get out of here. I'd almost prefer that there were no... I just had a feeling this was here. I didn't even need to read a message. I would prefer that there was no enemy up here if it was just going to be that guy. Smithing Stone 8. Are you kidding me? Actually, Smithing Stone 8's not too bad, but... very silly. I'm going to assume that's probably about it for these ruins as well. I do, you know, we could have gotten here much quicker if I actually just talked to Ranni at that bonfire when we first explored the underground Noxtella area. We could have been up here ages ago, so some of those smithing stones would have been put to use for sure. I guess this Lunar Estate includes these ruins on the left as well, so let's quickly explore these ones. Hopefully there's no more revenants up here. The significance of revenants, I still believe they're kind of like the grafted scions, where in previous life they were nobles, so perhaps this was where Ranni's family members stayed. Oh, what the heck? Okay, I thought these were all revenants. I was about to freak out. But these are, I think they're called wraiths, maybe? Got a silver fog wall here. Usually protecting some sort of a death chamber, a catacomb, mausoleum. It's locking away something, that's for sure. Cerulean Amber Medallion +2, something we will never use. A primordial life energy resides inside. But yeah, those wraiths, the revenants, and grafted scions all used to be nobles. You can tell because they wear like little tiaras and crowns. Alright, that was just a bait item. I do think this means we probably explored these ruins to my satisfaction. So let's head south. And hopefully take care of the rest of this plateau in a quick manner. There is another place we can go down. Where does this lead? It doesn't look like it leads anywhere, actually. And that's just back at the lift. So let's go down here. Don't get me wrong, I really do like the particle effects of like the weather. Like the burning ash, the snow falling, golden leaves falling, even fog. Even fog, I appreciate the weather effects they did in this game. I just wish they did not go so crazy on particle effects of bosses. Because it sullies the experience a little bit. It's hard to tell what's going on. It also tends to drop frames, which is bad during a boss fight. You very much don't want to have to deal with that. Speaking of particle effects during a boss fight, we will definitely go back to the consort fight of the DLC. Don't you worry. Read this message. Just a dog ahead. That's a lie. It's pointing up, but it's a lie. How dare you lie to me about dogs, man? I like how this red hammer is so ridiculously large. It actually looks like even more silly than the anvil hammer. And then when both of them are on, one of them is on my back, it looks pretty ridiculous. Is this a cave? No, it's not. I'm hoping there's no caves up here. I don't really want to do a catacomb or a cave. Got some wolves up here. So, Ranni confirmed that Blythe, which I believe was known as her like half-brother, was created by the Two Fingers. So I feel like Malekith was also created in a similar regard. But then that brings up the question of what created Geraint. Because for a while I was under the assumption that maybe wolves were created in general by something. But I think wolves are like a natural species in the game. Much like every other animal, although not the octopus. I believe the octopus are mutated as a result of the Prince of Death and all the death root in the world. There's no real lore to back that up, but they sort of look like death root tendrils, and they tend to feast on dead things, it seems like, as well. So do the crabs, but crabs... There are normal crabs in the world, is kind of what I'm getting at there. Whereas there's not really normal octopus. They're all kind of, you know... They're all kind of messy looking. Seek Avergale and then seek ruins? I hope that's... We don't have to go across all this dang platform just to find the way to open up this thing, but maybe we do. Yeah, I'm starting to get the feeling Not even a Ducus to herba here, just a regular herb. Yeah, I'm starting to get the feeling that we'll probably have to re-explore this dang plateau now. Seek dog, so to speak, try cliff. Well, one of them said seek Everjail, so let's go to the Everjail first, I guess. And then, if there is a dog up here... Well, actually, we also have to take out that Red Wolf of Radagon as well. Which is right around here, right? It's up a bit more. Well, I wasn't really expecting a scavenger hunt. I guess I know in future to activate that puzzle before we... before we explore the plateau in the future. Ow. Okay. I tried to trade the jump attack with it. Still a deadly beast, even though we three-shot it. What are these? Contain smithing stone. These the other gazebos in Liurnia also contain smithing stones. So, not too surprising, I guess. Alright, let's head back towards the Everjail. I think I'm gonna ride past these Crystallians because I don't really see the point. We could go kill the Scarab for some flasks, but there's really no point in that either. If I really want more flasks, I'll go sit down. And I say that as someone who likes to clear out a whole area, which means you don't want to sit down until you're, you know, you're done with it. That's the only situation in which I find flasks actually useful. Why is it so bright? There better be a turtle over here. I don't see a turtle. That's kind of worrying. I wonder if that meant... I don't know, man. I was gonna say, I wonder if that message was just there to indicate, oh, there's an Everjail up ahead. Or if it, like, specifically was like, go to the Everjail if you want to solve this puzzle, you know? It's kind of concerning. Oh, maybe that one message that we saw where it was like, look, the dog. Maybe that is kind of what we're looking for. I guess we're going to be doing a lap of this area anyway, so I'm going to continue searching the ruins just for now. I'm hoping that if these three wise beasts are all along the altar up here, they're going to be pretty obvious once we do find the location they're in. I'm hoping anyway, I don't know. We have not sat down, I don't think, so there should be no enemies over here. Or there should be very few enemies over here. I don't need to kill this guy. We actually got a flask back for that. Man. I'm a little concerned I'm going to be riding around for no reason. Let's go to the other ruins. I really hope it's not going to be in the cathedral. The cathedral has enough going on by itself that I don't think they're going to make you revisit that, whereas these ruins don't really have anything else going on. Random bear right there. At least it's not a rune bear. Oh, we missed an item over here. You know, I was gonna say, you know, it's interesting that we've never seen a big boar enemy, because there's like big bears, big wolves. And then I thought about it. Commander Gaius, he's got a big boar. Well, this is disappointing. Am I gonna start slaying every turtle I see in hopes that I'll find a wise beast? I think this is the cliff spot where that message was. Oh. That's a big boy right there. We found the turtle ledge. Listen, I don't want to do this. You look mighty graceful up here. That was quite the animation there. Can we even get down here? Kind of. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we're gonna take fall damage anyway. Well, hopefully they're all that big. It's unfortunate that we've only found one, even though I basically just did a lap of the island. And by island, I mean cliff top, I guess. Like, there's no way I would have missed... They're probably all hiding in weird spots like that, unfortunately. So we probably have to go back to the Everjail and look for like a small cliff to fall onto, maybe. Or maybe it's like around the corner over here. They're clearly out of the way somewhere. Well, let me see if there's any more messages here that'll give a hint. They definitely put this site of grace here so you can warp back after you find them. Seek Everjail and then seek ruins. It's got a decent amount of upvotes as well. So time for lap number 2. 100cc. Too bad they didn't give me any mushrooms so I could boost. There were a couple weird spots on the island that didn't have... Again, I called it an island. On this plateau where there wasn't a lot going on, so... Perhaps that is why. Doesn't help that all these people are just leaving dog messages for every errant turtle in the game. Creatures just seem to be dying all around me. I guess I'll take out this scarab Take out my rage on the scarab. Maybe I won't. Interrupt these Crystallians meditating once more. We're back at the Everjail. It's so bright. Maybe it involves this dang... this dang spirit spring. I don't like how the camera forces you to look up like that. This is not the most engaging of episodes as a result of me just meandering like this. I'm really hoping the other two turtles are huge, because I'm getting pretty impatient looking for this already. There was a message about a dog around here, wasn't there? I mean, there's also a bunch of turtles here too, so... Like, why else would this exist? Why would this exist in the first place, is maybe a better question. It's not going to be over here, unless there's like a weird little area to fall down to, which also seems... I don't know what these people... Are these people just trolling me? What's going on? I feel like the spirit spring is trolling me. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if the spirit spring was right here, sure. Maybe you want a quick little way to get up. But it's right in the middle of nowhere. Doesn't help that everything is sort of tinged with blue up here, so... You can't really just look for like a blue silhouette. Because everything is blue. This is where I start quoting... I'm blue. Dabba dee dabba da. This also kind of upsets me. First off, ahead. Which direction are you even pointing? Like, leave a gesture. Ranged battle ahead. Like, what? I feel like people just leave messages to leave messages. They don't think about the consequences of their actions. Time to search the ruins again. I saw my health bar appear and I was like, is there a boss? That's right, I'm the boss. Who's the boss? It's me. I guess I didn't search the cathedral last time, so let's go over here. Getting pretty tired of doing this, I'm not gonna lie. I guess this is a way to end the episode though, like... It's giving us the runtime that I desire. Well, I did a lap around the cathedral. What about inside? No turtle. It's funny that they made that turtle so big, like, surely no one can miss this. I mean, part of the puzzle is finding them, of course. I use the word puzzle very loosely here. I feel like most of these puzzles were not really puzzle, like erudition puzzle with the glintstone. That was a puzzle. The two imps fighting, I will admit that was a puzzle that went over my head. But seeking 3 turtles, that's not a puzzle. Man, I really wish either that message, seek Everjail and then seek Ruins, was either not there or if it was a little more clear somehow. But obviously you can't do that with these messages in this game. There was nothing down here, right? I mean, this is... okay, no, this is where the first turtle was. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. That's where the turtle was, down there. Actually, there was like a little ledge up top over there. Let's check that out, I guess. I guess this would be acceptable for seeking ruins. You know, I wasn't sure what to expect up here, but I didn't think it would take more than an hour to explore it all. And it's not even up here. Are you kidding me? It's getting to the point that I might just look it up. I'm not gonna lie. If I don't find another turtle in the next like couple minutes, I'm just gonna pull out a map. I've lost my patience for this game, I will admit. Didn't really boot up this episode wanting to play hide and seek with some turtles, you know? They're so big, but I'm also worried that like they won't appear unless you get decently close to them. That first turtle wasn't even near like anything in particular either. Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is cheat, because I've grown tired of this. I don't even know the name of this tower here, so I can't really Google it easily. Hey, there's an item we missed. Some gravel stone, I guess, to hint that there's dragons nearby. All right, well, let's make our way back to that wizard tower. Yeah, I had a feeling. I had a feeling that was happening. Well, everything's respawned anyway, so I'm just gonna warp to the tower now. Actually, we're already here. I swear if they make me kill that. Chelona's Rise. That's what we're looking for here. Pull up the old browser. Chelona's Rise. He types with one hand. Oh my god, I'm looking at one of them. The first turtle can be found directly west of the tower. The final turtle is found southeast of the ringleader's Everjail, flying... What the heck? One sec, I gotta test this. How do I do this? Hello? Oh my god. Something horrible happened. And now my audio is all messed up. Test. What the heck? I really should have, Hello. Okay, well, I'm just gonna deal with it. There's a big delay. Something happened right there where it, like, lagged out. I guess they didn't like me pulling up a browser. It's flooding me insanely. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I'm upset. They really just put a turtle right here. The seal on the rise open. Are you... This game is trolling me. What happened to the third one? It must have died by accident. Oh my god. I can't tell. It feels like my audio also sounds a bit different. Again, apologies that I'm so silted, but it's really throwing me off. The delay is just enough to, like, ruin my day. Thankfully, this is the end of the video, pretty much. We're gonna see what's up here. Read the description of whatever it is, I guess. And then I'm gonna call it a video, and then next episode, we're gonna fight the consort boss of the DLC. Oh my god, I can't even say DLC properly. It's really getting in my mind. It's kind of wild. Ranni's Dark Moon. Legendary sorcery symbolic of the Carrion Queen. I'm gonna take off my headphones just so I don't have to hear myself. Oh my god. Uses the caster as a vessel to incarnate a cold dark moon and then sends it flying toward foes. The dark moon dispels all sorcery that touches it and temporarily reduces magic damage negation for those it strikes. The moon was encountered by a young Ranni led by the hand of her mother Rennala. What she beheld was a cold, dark, and veiled in occult mystery. Wow. Okay. 68 intellect required. Yes, I'm gonna end this video and then next episode we do some boss fights, and then theoretically we will beat the game. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, click that like button, and I'll see you next one. Bye-bye, folks.